for Mr. President. There are layers of government. So what you see happen when the organizers of the protest told you they had lost control was at the point the Rivers State government came in to fund the protest. And you saw clearly what happened. That the protest, they have done everything humanly possible to throw as much tire at the minister of the FCT, calling on Mr. President to sack the minister of FCT. There are over 48 ministers. Let's even assume, do not concede, that it is about ministers. Here is was a clear call for the sack of the minister of FCT. But every eye beholds a matured corn. We all can see what the minister is doing in his place of assignment. So the governor is hiding under this to see how he can whip sentiments against Rivers people. So against the minister. But we know that the minister has always been pan Rivers and will remain so. No amount of tax from the government will do anything to Governor Wike. So we call on the police to treat criminals as criminals and treat protesters as protesters. Protesters have no business burning tires, attacking private businesses. Those are criminals. Or beating up media people. So those we must be able to differentiate. I want to commend, just as the Lord Mayor has said, the Commissioner of Police, Rivers State, and other security agencies. But we need them to up their ante. We need them to up their ante. Catch criminals and deal with them decisively. I know that they have credible information as to the involvement of Rivers State government in the protests in Rivers State and beyond. We have it on record. How monies were moved in dollars. At the appropriate time, we will name the collectors and the givers.
About the negative and intentionally instigated turn of events in Rivers State. To state the obvious, as Democrats, we believe that it is a fundamental right of citizens in democratic nations to embark on protests to draw the attention of government to specific socio-economic problems in society. In view of this, we expect all protesters to be peaceful and protesters to be law-abiding and not to do anything in the process to incite tension, unrest, violence, and cause the loss of lives and destruction of properties. In Rivers State, we have observed that there is a curious deviation from this constitutional benchmark for protesters and protests. What we see today is that protesters have resorted to unlawful acts such as burning of tires, extortion of motorists, and threatening business owners to shut down their premises. There is clear indication that the organizers are losing control of the protesters. Who are resorting to more disruptive and criminal conduct. For example, the recent attack on the APC State Secretariat in Rivers State and threats to attack the residential home of the FCT minister prove the correctness of the obvious. The unnecessary politicization of the protest for political benefits by forces loyal to the governor of Rivers State. Worse still, the protest is becoming subversive as protesters are chanting "Tinubu must go" slogan. Ordinarily, the governor being the chief security officer, instead of taking clear and staunch proactive stance like his counterparts in the country to prevent or control the protests, is seen posing indifferently amidst the unlawful, chaotic, and impulsive strides by protesters. Surprisingly, the governor in his address on the first day of the protest justified the protests, even applauding and lending credence, as well as moving among them, showing assent and affirmation to the unlawful acts of the protesters. Only signals a foul play, a twist in the sworn obligation to ensure security and well-being of citizens. As a major beneficiary of the oil subsidy removal, whose allocation from the Federation account has increased astronomically, we ordinarily expect the governor to tell the protesting youths what he has done or intends to do to reduce the suffering of his people. He only offered the protesters bread and pure water and promised to convey the demands of the protesters to the president as if the ongoing protest is only against Mr. President.